Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Welcome traders to analysis of gold, XAU, USD. My name is Vic. Thanks for joining me here. Let's see what gold has to offer in last few days of June. Right now, if you look at the monthly time frame, the monthly time frame is trying to close inside water curve, which is this blue line, right? This has actually turned blue. This has turned blue, and that means the market is trying to stay bullish on this time frame, which is monthly time frame. Remember, we have only 3-4 days left in this month, and it's going to be midweek month end. And there is important news coming on gold as well, which is going to be tomorrow. I think it's 28th of June. Yes, so you have to be extra careful trading gold. If you know, if you do not have a plan, if you have a doubt, then stay out. Don't trade gold. You can trade something else maybe, right? So right now this is looking like it wants to stay inside this water wave, which is going to be bullish for the longer term. But remember, it can change very quickly because we still have few days left, so it can fall down all the way down to this level as well. So we need to look at both the possibilities and stay fluid in the market, stay fluid and follow the market. So what do we have? So two scenarios. One is that on multi-year time frame, the gold is always bullish. How? Because if you look at the monthly or yearly time frame, it is always bullish. It is going upwards and it will go upwards, right? So that is multi-year. That does not mean that for a few months it cannot fall down, it cannot go up. It can go up and down because the market runs in waves. But on multi-year it is going to be bullish. That means if you are one of those people who are investor in physical gold, or investor in taking long positions, then it is obviously going to be bullish all the time. Second thing is, if you look at the monthly time frame from position perspective, then you have to consider both cases, that it can go up or down either way. Right now it is hanging by this thread on this wave. We have on the bearish side, we already have a signal here that tells us that market wants to go down, and this is the profit target level, this one or the water curve, whichever comes first. So let me put a line there so that you know what the possible target is. This is going to be near about 1550. Alright, so that is quite a possibility if it starts to fall down. And in this process you will notice that this is also forming an M pattern here, this one, and then you also have another M pattern which is forming here. And after that, once it has reached that, then it can be bullish. So that's one scenario. But obviously for that to happen, it will have to go and close below this important level, which is right there, 1672, which is 1671 or level. This is the one that we saw. That's where we started to take long positions, and we then started to take short position from here. So right now this is trying to go upwards, above this wave right now. If I go to the weekly time frame, on weekly time frame we also have bearish sign. We have red color and we have signal here, that means it's bearish. And this is expected target here, which is what level? Which is 1651. Now obviously 1651 is going to be lower than the previous support level here, previous previous demand level here. That means if the market starts to go down, it can come down to 1651 or even lower than that to 1554. Right, that's on weekly basis. That means it may take few weeks to few months to happen. Okay, however, if you just pay attention to this particular candle which happened a week before, this was a strong move to the downside, and there are a few things which actually happened. One is there was a gap left here, and we know that gold does not leave any gaps, right? So that means at some point in time it is expected to come back to this level of near about 1867 level or so. That is a possibility, but that may or may not happen immediately. Remember, there was a gap around 1805 level. I think it was somewhere around 1805 level, and it took few months to actually come back to that level. Okay, so it may take few months to come back to that level, even years. So do not rely on this fact that there is a gap here and the market will try to come back to it almost immediately. It may or may not happen. Right now this is on this time frame, it is looking bearish. However, there is something which is going on, which is this candle fell through this water curve um, pretty hard, like there was no retest or anything like this. So there is a possibility that market may go up to retest this around 1830 and then can fall back down. In extended move, it can go back to close that gap and then fall back down. So that's one scenario on the bullish side. If the market starts to fall and it goes below this, and if we get a confirmation below this or 1764, then we are looking for downward move. Okay, so that's what we have. Now in terms of exact levels, so we can actually use Fibonacci as well to find those levels. So if I draw Fibonacci on this, it is right now sitting on 61.8, and we are seeing this little reaction here, and that can provide us with a good support. Obviously after that, if the market starts to go down, then the next level is going to be 1729. So if I just remove this, then these are the levels that you're looking at, and hopefully they should be helpful in the coming week or so. But as I said, there is a news expected, and we have midweek, month end, so you have to be extra careful. If the market starts to go up again, we have 1830, then 1867 or 1870 level, near about that. If it starts to go down, then we have 1729.2, and then 1678, then 1651, and 1650. If it actually goes below 1651, then we'll have to reanalyze, but ultimate profit target will be near about 1554. Okay, so that's what we have on here on what envisage. Let's look at it on charts. These are all the levels. These are little finer levels which we have found from FCP analysis, and in the last week's analysis, I mentioned that market could actually start to go higher into these two levels. There was a possibility of falling it down to 1753, but that never happened. In fact, it started to move higher, and we were able to capitalize on it. In our FCP room, there were a few traders who actually took very good WNM pattern trades here on as a day trade. There are very nice WNM patterns appearing here. So if you are one of those people who are like looking for breakout traders, or if you think like the market does not have any kind of trading opportunities, then it is not like that. Markets always have trading opportunities. You will have to just learn how to make use of that. So that's a W pattern. There was another W pattern. There was another W pattern here, and there was another W pattern which was here, and this was a very nice one. Somebody in our room, one of our students, actually took this very nicely, and this could actually be going towards this 200 moving average, which is 1797 or 1800 area. That's quite a possibility, and let's see if that actually confluences with 1797, which is near about here. Yeah, so that's quite a possibility. Okay, so this is what we have on gold. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to hit the like button, share it with other traders and trading communities, and put in a comment below this video asking me any questions about this analysis or sharing your analysis and opinion. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great trading week next week. If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence Training Program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.